Logitical response.
Good evening, fellow Americans.
It's time to repeal the Second Amendment.
You are out of line.
The sick son of a bitch is...
Unbelievably stupid point that makes no sense whatsoever.
First, you are out of line. Uvalde, Texas.
We're the ones up on that stage.
Is wildly inappropriate. It also happens to be
Another massacre. I can't believe you're a sick son of a... The Lord is near to the brokenhearted. As a nation, we have to ask, when in God's name are we going to stand up to the gun lobby? When in God's name we do what we all know in our gut needs to be done?
Got another push for gun control. You know, it's crazy. They always come out after these school shootings and push for gun control and then get mad at you and say,
please spare me, but don't politicize this. That's BS. To hell with anybody who says don't politicize this.
well, you know, if you didn't wait until all these happen like this and then come out hard about gun control, it wouldn't look like that. But every time we have one of these, you come out real strong and no more assault rifles for you. Well, I'm sorry, that's not going to fix the issue. Because, in all honesty, an assault rifle is no more dangerous than a handgun. As a matter of fact, the handgun's even more dangerous because you can conceal a handgun. You can't conceal an assault rifle. Somebody sees you walking up with an assault rifle, they know what you're about to do. But if you have a handgun in your pocket, they have no clue what's going on. So I never understood this assault rifle thing. The only thing about them is you can have a few more bullets. Once again, you can just get multiple magazines for a handgun. And why is it always the gun? Every time one of these things happens, it's take away the guns and restrict guns. Last year, when that guy ran over 20-something people with a car, I heard nobody coming out saying we should ban vehicles. As a matter of fact, cars kill a whole hell of a lot more people than guns do. I mean... It's kind of like sending the entire population of the United States to drug rehab because of the fentanyl epidemic. Just saying. If you look at all the stuff that went wrong here, not having an assault rifle changed anything. He could have still went in with a handgun, caused just as much damage. So, instead of focusing our energy on assault rifles, how about we focus our energy on doing what we're supposed to do, not allowing this kind of crap to happen.
I am sick and tired.
I agree with you on that one.
We have to act, working to pass common sense gun laws. We can and won't prevent every tragedy, but we know they work and have positive impact. When we passed the assault weapons ban, mass shootings went down.
Now what he just said right there is very misleading. Right behind me, and I can put it up later, in 2019 was 480,000 violent gun crimes, which was a 68% decrease since 1993. 68% decrease in violent crimes that involved firearms. So, no.
When the law expired, mass shootings tripled. The idea that an 18-year-old kid can walk into a gun store and buy 2 assault weapons is just wrong.
Come on, Joe, you can use better logic than that. I mean, you're saying it's wrong for an 18-year-old kid to walk into a gun store and buy an assault rifle, but yet every single soldier that signs up in the Army gets one. Is that not wrong? Or is it just because you can control them? See? Gotta use your brain, buddy.
What in God's name do you need an assault weapon for except to kill someone? Deer aren't running through the forest with Kevlar vests on, for God's sake.
So, did you come here to speak to the nation about a tragedy that happened, or did you come here to bitch at 100 million people that happen to love the Constitution. Because it sounds like all you're doing is trying to paint a picture that 100 million Americans that happen to like the Second Amendment are somehow bad people because they like guns and don't want to give up their guns. That's what it sounds like. I mean, it sounds like you just are doing this just to bitch at people. Before I made this video, I was going to kind of say that, yeah, it might be okay to politicize some of it to help drive some change. But this is not gonna help. I'm sorry, Joe. It's not helping. You're just bitching at people. I guess that's what I'm doing too, but I'm not the president of the United States. I'm not supposed to unite the country. That was your job. Although, maybe I should work on my uniting skills. I might just be president one day. You never know.
And the gun manufacturers have spent 2 decades aggressively marketing assault weapons, which make them the most and largest profit.
Yeah, that's called a free market economy, Joe.
For God's sake, we have to be courage to stand up to the industry. Here's what else I know. Most Americans support common sense gun laws. These kinds of mass shootings rarely happen anywhere else in the world. Why? They have mental health problems. They have domestic disputes in other countries. They have people who are lost.
They may not have as many mass shootings, they just do it in other forms. They run over people or stab a whole bunch of people. People always find a way to kill other people when they're pushed to certain points. And what the hell you mean, lost? There ain't nearly as many people getting lost these days, especially with Google Maps and GPS. What the fuck are you talking about, Joe?
Why? Why do we keep letting this happen? Where in God's name is our backbone? The courage to deal with it and stand up to the lobbies.
The gun lobbyists have nothing to do with it.
It's time to turn this pain into action.
And there it is. Some people would call that standing on the graves of the victims. But I understand why it's done, but it just doesn't seem right, does it?
It's time for those who obstruct or delay or block the common sense gun laws. We need to let you know. May God bless the loss of innocent life on this sad day.
That last comment kind of confused me. God bless the loss of innocent life on this sad day. I'm sure it's just a word slip up, but that didn't sound good to me. But I understand. So, now that that's over with, cutting to a little bit more local stuff. Ruffy? That was Ruffy. I kind of couldn't believe what this guy does. It's very improper what he does here. Watch.
Excuse me, was after Santa Fe High School.
Sit down.
You're out of line and an embarrassment.
Hey.
Was after El Paso.
Sit down and
Don't
get
play.
out of line.
Stop. The next shooting is right now, and you're doing nothing.
No,
you're offering us
please
nothing.
out of
You
here.
said
This
this
is
is
a
not
place to talk
predictable.
this over.
This is totally predictable when you.
Sir, you're out of line. Sir, you are out of line. Sir, you are out of line. Please leave this auditorium. I can't believe you're a sick son of a and come to a deal like this to make a political issue.
Please spare me, but don't politicize this, Jax. BS. To hell with anybody who says don't politicize this.
Oh, you can't say that. Well, why not?
The guy called Beto a sick son of a bitch. The sick son
So
of a
ugly and
bitches
crass.
were the ones up on that stage that keep the freaks on that stage.
Okay, I'm sorry, but that just shows y'all's true colors. They were trying to inform the citizens of Uvalde, Texas of the tragedy, and this guy, who is a candidate to be the next governor, by the way, comes in and just totally interrupts the press conference. And the people on the stage are in the wrong. No. I'm sorry. Wow, dude. Man. He could have waited. I'm sorry. He could have waited. That's just messed up. But, you know, in a lot of ways, it really doesn't need to be politicized because there have been school shootings based off of other school shootings. In other words, a kid sees it, copies it, which is not a good thing. But something does need to be done about this. I know in my area, all the schools have armed sheriff's officers at the school all day long. And I do believe they were supposed to have that at that school as well, but they didn't. But there's many other solutions that will fix this issue other than banning a specific type of weapon. So, you're still going to have a whole lot of handguns, shotguns. So just getting rid of assault rifles that really aren't any more dangerous than a handgun isn't going to fix the issue. We need to work on what actually fixes the issue. I'll be the first to admit I don't have a solution, but we need to come up with a solution, because this really isn't good. I just don't believe that banning a specific type of weapon is the solution. Sorry. I've never been a gun person, probably never will be a gun person, but that's just my feelings. What do you think? Put it down in the comments section below. And subscribe, please. Thanks, y'all. Peace.